G'day viewers, well, I won't be having any more fun with these capacitors just yet. Not until these are completely fixed up. Don't want to have any explosive gases with sparks. Not a good idea. I've did some research. I'll need some class 4 lineman's gloves. Tested the 40 kV to play with these things. So, just to be extra safe for high voltage, even playing with flybacks and MOTs and NSTs. High voltage gloves are a pretty good asset to have actually. The more I think of it, the more handy they'll become, so to speak. Just in case you brush past something, you never know. These high voltage gloves will be good to save your life, and possibly your fingers. But I've searched eBay, there's some good Salisbury gloves. They've only got category 2, or class 2, which is about 17 to 20 kV. I could grab those, but yeah, it's best to be safe when I get class 4. They're rated to 30 kV, so playing with flybacks especially, I reckon that'll be ideal when messing around with flybacks and high voltage capacitors. Just protect your mitts. Don't want to blow your fingers off. Just to be the extra safety precautions probably yeah, those gloves will be a good asset to have. I can't seem to find any class 4 though. I only get class 2. That's all I could find. And then there are some sellers in Australia, but they've only got Chinese crap and they're only class 1, 17 kV. So if I can get hold of some class 4, 30 kV lineman's gloves, preferably Salisbury because they're good American quality, yeah, that'd be good. Something nice and comfy, I can work and chicken stick around. The extra safety precautions here, I reckon anyone playing with high voltage should probably get a pair actually. Just in case you don't, you never know, you brush past something. There's a John High Voltage Project's done with a MOT and Anthony High Voltage 1 rules, been stung too many times by those little bugs up at transformers. Just in case something worse happens, those gloves will be a bloody lifesaver. So I'm trying to see if any class 4 ones turn up. I'll see if I can get some for a reasonable price. Class 2 probably will do 20 kV, but they're only tested to 25 or 30 kV. It's best to be safest and get the 40 kV rated ones. Anyway, safety first. I've been checking these the last couple of days with a desulfator. These have been on for about a week now. They started from 12.3, hung around there for a couple of days, then I'm at 12.6, and I've just checked it now at a multimeter, and they're all 12.9. They're almost getting, the voltage is getting higher and higher as they're desulfating. This is only a low power charger, just a 12 volt raw watt, 12 volt half an amp. It's not getting stupidly hot, so it's good. 12 volt 500 milliamp. Yu Yao Xiang He Electrical Co Limited. That's an adapter off an old LED work light which had a buggered up set of batteries in it, so I've got heaps of these linear wall watts, 12 volt ones. This is the lowest powered one I got, 500 milliamps, so it's handy for a slow charge, but not so destructive. It completely over charges them and charges them and charges it. Charging these batteries rapidly is not good for them, just makes them worse. So hopefully 500 milliamps shouldn't do too much damage. That's just keeping the batteries above 12 volts, which keeps the desulfator happy, and the desulfator will stay on. That's all that wall wart's doing. And as this is desulfating these three batteries, the actual voltage is getting higher, so I think it's actually working. I'll leave these on for as long as possible. I might move them over there, maybe under the barbecue, or cover them up and have a vent, but have them so that sparks won't get them when I play with these capacitors. I don't want sparks getting in there. Yeah, you don't want hydrogen gas building up anywhere where you got sparks. I'll set them up somewhere nice and safe with good ventilation and leave this on all the time. Maybe for up to a month and just give them a good check, see what happens. That's a 720 cold cranking amp, that one. Good old Century there. That's a 600 cold cranking amp. That had 8 volts in it when I started. That's probably the most googled out of the lot. That one had about 11.9 when I started. That's not as googled. Out of those three, I think this one, when I first got that Daihatsu motor going, when I first got it going on the video there when it was in the car still. This was the only one that could start it still. Now this and this, it's just enough to just crank it over. So they're getting better. This just triggers a solenoid, that's it. So we'll see what happens. Try and repair them as much as I can. If they never will crank a motor over again, I might try the alum experiment. Take the acid out, flush them out, and replace the original acid with alum and distilled water mix. That makes them alum. I think they're called lead alum batteries. And that changes the chemical formula in them. So that the alum, instead of the lead plates, will be breaking down a lot, which means you can flatten these to zero and charge them pretty much indefinitely. Good for little solar projects, even though these do need quite a bit of amps to charge compared to AGM batteries, which is what's recommended for a proper solar setup. But we'll see what happens. We'll see. Good Australian made batteries. Still set to the milliamp reading. Barely registering on that. Was barely even making a BAZ move. Just barely ticking over. Of course, I got some repair victims already. Pop victim becomes a organ donor victim, so to speak. 100k pots repaired these speakers. Here we are. I was going to scrap these, but I knew I'd get a proper potentiometer to repair these, because this got pushed in when it was in storage in a storage box. It got hit and snapped the potentiometer off the base, snapped both the boards off, so it's got a proper potentiometer now. They don't sound all that great, but for a cheap ass set of computer speakers, they work good for radio extension and iPod speakers. Yeah, from 2000 era with their first computer. Not bad for a polished turd, but better than nothing. They do make good iPod and MP3 speakers. Anyway, that's my little update for now. Thanks for watching.